Jared Goff joining us now, the Detroit Lions quarterback. All is well with you. You don't have to make up answers when you go to a press conference. So, did you watch the game last night?
I watched the first half. Those games come on so late, when you're on the East Coast now. Watched the first half. I usually go to bed after that.
What'd you think?
Tough game. Yeah, they're both good teams. And, it was tough. I think, the world of Justin and Dak, and I think they both played well.
But do you watch the quarterback when he's going back to pass, or do you watch the defensive line or the rush going after the quarterback?
Good question. I'm typically watching the quarterbacks just to see what they do and, see how they're playing. But they both look great. I think they're both great players.
By the way, full intro here. Jared Goff, the former number 1 overall pick by the Rams, and the Lions winning against the Buccaneers. The Detroit fans they're traveling there. It was great to see that. Man, you were taking a victory lap there, saying hello to those fans after the game. How great is it to have fans on the road for a change?
Yeah, it's really cool, man. It's really a lot of fun, and they've done that now. We've had 3 road games, and all 3 have been night games, and kind of after those games they've stuck around. We've won them, and it's been really fun to just give them some love and let them know we appreciate them. And yeah, it's a completely different environment when you have them there, and it changes everything.
The MVP campaign starts right now for you. All right, are you okay with that?
Sure. Yeah, I won't be doing much of it, but you can take care of that for me, Dan.
Okay. Last 16 games, Lions are 13-3. Jared Goff has completed almost 67% of his passes. He's thrown for 28 touchdowns, just 4 interceptions. He's thrown for 4,100 yards. So this is the last 16 games going 13-3. And through 6 games this season, he is one of 2 quarterbacks ranked in the top 5 for passing yards, completion percentage, touchdowns, passer rating. The other one is Tua Tagovailoa, who, according to DraftKings, is the favorite for the MVP, followed by Patrick Mahomes, Josh Allen, Jalen Hurts, Brock Purdy. Well, why aren't you in the top 5?
Man, that's not for me to decide. I'm just going to try to keep playing well. I think the thing you see in common for all those guys you named is, we're all on pretty good teams right now, and that's kind of when that attention starts to happen. And for us, our defense is playing as well as they played. Our line's playing well, and I'm sitting back there making some throws. It's been fun. We've been playing well and winning some games and winning some tough ones on the road, like I mentioned. But long season still to go and a lot of work to do.
Lions will be at the Ravens coming up on Sunday. Did you ever get a chance to meet Joe Montana? I think you chose number 16 because of Joe. Yeah,
actually, I met him for the first time like a couple of years ago at the airport. Just randomly ran into him, and I'm like, I gotta go say hi to him. He was sitting by himself, and I was as well. I was by myself. I'm like, go say hi to him and talk to him briefly for 5 minutes. And yeah, that was why I was too young to watch him play growing up in the Bay Area, but. When it was time to pick jersey numbers, I was, 8 years old, and my dad's like, just do 16. That's Joe Montana. And I'm like, all right, and became a huge Joe Montana fan after that. But, huge fan of his. And, the origin is from him wearing it, obviously, for the Niners.
So what'd you talk to Joe Montana about at the airport?
It was pretty brief. It was where are you going? What are you up to? It was during the off season. It was really brief, just hi and bye. And, it was really cool to meet him.
Did you get a picture?
No, I did not ask for a picture, no.
Oh, come
maybe
on.
One day. Maybe one day.
Yeah, Joe's the nicest guy in the world. Just, get a picture with him.
He is. Yeah, he is. He was awesome, and he was super cool to me.
What's the story about your coach, Dan Campbell, you're going to tell your kids?
Oh, man. Geez. I don't know if I can pick one. I mean, he's done a lot of, funny stuff. I think the $5 bill one is actually up there. That was pretty creative by him. I don't know if he had it.
Explain that one though to the audience if they're not aware of that.
Yeah, so after the game, he pulled out a $5 bill, and I was kind of a little befuddled by what he was saying. And then he goes, "That's 5." I'm like, "Oh, that's for 5 wins." Okay, got it. But I don't know if he had it in his pocket the whole game. If he had someone hand it to him after we won. I don't know, man, but he does fun stuff like that. He keeps it really fun, and at the same time is able to coach us hard. So it's a good combo, and he's a lot of fun to play for.
Does he have? Is it tough love with him?
Certainly, yeah. I think he's as honest as a coach I've ever been around. He will shoot you straight always, and let you know when he loves what you're doing, let you know when he thinks he can get more from you. So he's been great to me in that way, and has done it for everybody.
What happened, though? Quarterbacks seem to go through this. There's that welcome to the NFL moment, and then all of a sudden you see a quarterback, either he makes the next step or he doesn't, and it decides, what his future is. So was there something that clicked for you at a certain point where you go, okay, game slowed down, or I understand it better, or whatever, I process things better? What happens with quarterbacks?
Yeah, I think it typically happens in that second year. Your rookie year, you're just trying to keep your head above water and find ways to, throw completions and just, not get hurt and just stay on the field and, just trying to figure things out. I think the second year for me, too, is when it kind of just light bulb goes off in some ways, and you're able to understand coverage a little bit more. You're able to understand where the holes are in the defense and able to make a little bit more higher percentage decisions based on what you know. And that typically happens over that first off season. And for me, it was no different.
What was your welcome to the NFL moment?
I got a couple. Probably. Richard Sherman hit me along the sideline that Thursday night game, my rookie year, took me out of the game there. I got hit my first start. I played the Dolphins, and that was when they had Ndamukong Suh and Cameron Wake, and they kind of both sandwiched me on one of my first sacks I ever took. There's a couple, man. My first ever game, the preseason game, was Dallas at home. First game back in LA, football game. It was a big deal. I was the first pick. I'm running out there after Keenum does the first few drives, and I'm running out there. I think my first third down, I got hit with a blitz I didn't even see coming and threw a pick, and separated my left shoulder, and it was a mess. But I'm much past that now, and don't like to think of those times really.
Well, you see these young quarterbacks, and they still think, in college I can hold on to the ball, or I can make a play out of this. And I remember, Peyton Manning and Tom Brady telling me, hey, it's not there, it's not there, it's not going to be there, throw it away. How you have to kind of fight that urge of what maybe you did when you were in college as opposed to what you should be doing in the NFL, I'm going to guess.
Sure, yeah, I think that's a huge part of it is when the play is not there. There's so much preparation done during the week in an NFL week that if your prep's wrong and the play is not there, typically it's not there for a reason, and it's time to move on or get rid of it and not take the hit. That's something you learn as you get older. And unfortunately, in today's day and age, these young guys don't get much patience from the media, from the fans, and it's unfortunate. But it takes time, dude. It takes time, and it takes a lot of hours and reps. And sure, I'm only in year 8, and hope I can be looking back at right now and saying that I've learned a bunch more 5 years from now. So you're always learning, always trying to get better.
Well, good luck against the Ravens. Great to talk to you again, and we'll keep that campaign going for MVP.
All right, Dan. I appreciate it. Thank you, guys.
That's Jared Goff, Lions quarterback.